everybody. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden as it goes around here on Fridays. I'm the Friday guy. I'm totally a Friday guy. Totally. I'm such a Friday guy. So it's just fitting that I'd be doing this show on Fridays. Now, the call lines are already lit right up. And when you phone in and tell my board operator what you want to talk about it, I've got this little program called Comrex Stack, and I can see what you want to talk about. And Renee in Idaho, I've totally got your number on what you need for your son. Lonnie in West Virginia, no problem. Mary in Oregon, did you get that list compiled? I cannot wait to hear from you. But first of all, I'd like to discuss a couple things. Now, I'm the kind of guy that likes to dig. When I get some information, I hear something, I want to know more about it. When I was a kid, I used to stay up till about 4 in the morning reading encyclopedias. It's kind of a weird quirk I have. I've got to know. I want to know how things work. And that's what led me to doing what I do today, using these longevity products to help people get their health back in a world that seems like there's nothing that works, right, for people with, you know, chronic disease and pain. But I've seen it work all around me. And so, you know, since I've been doing this radio show, I've had people coming to me, well, have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? Have you heard of this? And I always check into these different treatments and things that alternative therapies, so the saying goes, that they're looking at. And I came across this ozone therapy. They actually did a piece on it on CBC News. They had a guy that basically was carried in. He had such bad back pain, and he went out on a skateboard, okay? I mean, and, you know, people are having results. So I've got a clip. Dr. Gary Null is creating a new movie about ozone therapy, and they talk about it for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to have Dr. Michael Wood out of Edmonton here to talk about it. All you callers, you hang on because I want to get to you. But let's do this first. So let's roll that clip.
Ozone is a gas, and when it enters into our blood, it does some amazing things. Ozone won't harm healthy cells in our body, but will only go after viruses, bacteria, fungus, yeast molds, toxins, parasites, harmful free radicals that can't resist it, stealing an electron and gluing onto it and either destroying or transforming it so the body can eliminate it. Healthy cells contain natural antioxidants that protect against ozone getting in. When you inject ozone directly into the body, it actually stimulates healthy cells to make more of these enzymes that will protect against ozone destroying them. So unhealthy cells can't fight it, and only healthy cells can defend against it. This is why it doesn't hurt people. So if you happen to have herpes, multiple sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, Lyme disease, Epstein-Barr virus, chronic fatigue syndrome, ozone may be the only answer for your problem, particularly when traditional medicine has failed.
Ozone has properties that have been neglected by conventional medicine. It has properties that no other agent has. It is able to transcend any type of bacterial resistance that's out there. Ozone works by different principles than antibiotics. Bacteria learn how to evade antibiotics. Bacteria cannot, or other microorganisms cannot learn how to evade ozone.
Germany has been using ozone in their environmental products, in their water, and post-operatively, and they have the lowest post-op infection rate of the entire world.
Ozone has been used for the last 70 years in what I call the modern ozone era throughout the world. Over 40,000 physicians are using it in over 45 countries worldwide on a daily basis. While it had been used in this country from the 1880s until about 1940 medically, it disappeared when Big Pharma came into being and took over this country, so to speak, in terms of medical care. Back in the late 1980s, Dr. Robert Atkins, the famous diet doctor, Dr. Atkins, began doing ozone therapy. He had his license taken away by New York State for it, which took him 3 years and a big court battle to win back, and the decision in Supreme Court in New York was upheld in the Court of Appeals, so he won the right for all doctors in New York State to do ozone therapy, which is a pretty amazing battle that he fought. He realized the importance of it in all the different infections that he was fighting as an alternative MD, and he paved the way for all of us and opened the door for all of us to be able to use it.
Sounds intriguing, right? You know, I hear this stuff, and there's a whole bunch of information on ozone therapy on the net. So I go looking around, and I think I want to talk to somebody who actually uses this, because I don't know much about it. And we've got Dr. Michael Wood out of Edmonton. Dr. Wood, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, so can you tell me just a little bit about yourself, Dr. Wood, your credentials, how you came to the decision to study this and practice it?
Sorry, my last name is Mason Wood.
Sorry about that. Dr. Michael Mason Wood.
Yep. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I've been in practice for 11 years now, and mostly in Yukon, Fort McMurray, and then now Edmonton. And I've been doing prolotherapy and PRP for about 7 years, and part of that was introducing ozone therapy into the practice, and so it's now called Prolozone. And so I've been doing ozone therapy for about 1.5 years now and finding really great success with it.
Okay, so for people like me and our listeners, some of them might have heard of this, I don't know. What is ozone therapy and how does it work?
So ozone therapy is basically using an ozone generator to take oxygen, which is O2, and convert it into ozone, which is O3. Ozone is, about 20,000 feet up in the atmosphere, and it surrounds the Earth, and it keeps the UV lights out. And,
isn't it supposed to be gone now?
Well, it's getting thinner and thinner, supposedly.
Anyways, go on.
And so what we do is through a generator we can convert oxygen into ozone. If you've ever been in a thunderstorm, that fresh smell after a thunderstorm, that's ozone. And basically you need a spark to create ozone. And for that reason, that's why it smells like after a thunderstorm you get that nice ozone smell. And it is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, basically kills everything. And that's why you don't see a lot of viruses and bacteria growing all over everything, all over the place. If we didn't have ozone in our atmosphere, we'd be overrun, like our plants would be overrun with all this stuff and everything.
That's really interesting. So how does this work in the body? Let's say we have somebody with a couple of compressed discs in their back and they're in a lot of pain. How would you tackle that?
Well, there was a study that came out about 1.5 years ago, and it said that 50% of low back pain is due to a chronic bacterial infection. And so by putting ozone, because it's antibacterial, you put ozone in there, it helps to kill all the bacteria in that area locally where it's injected, and it helps to then heal up the disc and herniation or whatever's going on there. And especially combined with the prolotherapy, and prolotherapy is using dextrose, which is a sugar solution that creates inflammation for a day or so. Chronic inflammation leads to tissue destruction. Acute inflammation leads to tissue healing. And so when we're injecting in the pain areas of pain where people have chronic inflammation, we want that acute inflammation to get more blood to the area, and the ozone also helps to oxygenate the area, because ozone breaks off into O2 and then an O molecule, and it's that O molecule that helps to oxygenate the area, helps kill the bacteria. There's so many different other properties like that.
Really interesting. And I also found it interesting, like here in Alberta alone, there's quite a handful of places that actually practice this, and it's absolutely unheard of. The only reason I knew about it is because the CBC was talking about it, and I figure if the CBC is willing to talk about something other than a GlaxoSmithKline product it's got to be getting out there because that's the only way they really would. And, because that's how they operate a lot of the times. But so you've seen success. What can you give me a few stories?
So I had let me see. I'm just trying to think of some cases. Any joint really in the body, I do prolozone. So I get a lot of knees, hips, low back, neck, and you just inject Prolo solution, inject ozone, and then sometimes, depending on the case, I'll do PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, and that's a whole other topic, I suppose. And by injecting all these things, it just helps to heal the area. And patients basically walk out of your office, they come in limping and they've been in pain, and they walk out of the office and their pain's gone. And it's gone for an hour or so once the anesthetics that I use, procaine and lidocaine, once those wear off, then you get some acute pain for about a day or so. You'll be maybe a little worse off than what you've been. But then after that, things just get better from there on. And, it requires anywhere up to 10 treatments. Most people, 4 or 5 treatments. But some, up to 10 treatments, and their pain is completely gone. And it's one of those things that's very minimally invasive. There's no risk of side effects. I was just trying to look up some side effects or some risks, and I did find one study that found if you went intradiscal with the ozone, the patient ended up getting acute bilateral retinal hemorrhage. Now, I don't go intradiscal with it. You're just going kind of right beside the disc and next to the joint. And so very little risk of anything happening and with the ozone treatment.
Very interesting. That was my next question is it safe? And now we're under the Canada Health Act up here in Canada. The United States has the FDA. And so has there been any problems? Actually, I hear the music. We're going to come back to you after this break, Dr. Mason Wood, and then we're going to get to a whole load of calls. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden back after this. Welcome back. We're live, everybody. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden coming at you live out of Camrose, Alberta. And before the break, we were talking to Dr. Michael Mason Wood about ozone therapy. Sounds very intriguing to me. And I was asking you before the break, Dr. Mason Wood, have you encountered any resistance or any kind of attacks by people thinking that these are dangerous and you should just listen to your doctor and take the drugs and keep your mouth shut?
Hello?
Dr. Mason Wood, are you there?
Yeah, hello?
Hi there. Yeah, sorry, I lost your connection for a second.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So have you encountered people thinking this is dangerous or attacking it? Or, just about any time you get a supplement that actually works, it seems like somebody out there wants to ban it.
Yeah, no, most people when they come in to see me, they know they've done their research and due diligence ahead of time, and they know what they're getting into for prolotherapy and then ozone therapy. They've kind of researched it on the internet. There is a lot of information, and so you don't get any resistance to it. The biggest thing is the cost. When you're doing IV therapies and stuff like that, if you're doing 10, 15, 20 treatments, it doesn't take very long before the cost adds up. So that's the biggest thing that holds people back.
Right. Okay, gotcha. So very interesting. Dr. Michael Mason Wood, thank you for coming on the show today and discussing this with us. I would like to keep in touch with you in the future and discuss some of our longevity methods as well if you're interested.
Okay.
All right, you have a great day. Thanks for coming on the show, Dr. Mason Wood. And now we're going to go over to all these calls I've got waiting. I'm glad y'all waited. Renee in Idaho, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. What's going on?
I have a 9-year-old that has been wet a bed his entire life, and we've been on 90 for life since October. We've tried all kinds of things. 2.0, the regular, they said it might be a UTI. We tried killer biotics. We've tried sweeties. And somebody said we should do the Super KB, and we've tried that, and we're still not really getting anywhere. We've done the 10 bad foods. We went off gluten for 3 weeks, and it got way, way, way worse. And when we went back on gluten, even though totally cutting it back, it kind of settled back into the norm. So I'm kind of at my wit's end now.
That's really interesting. How many sweeties did you have them on? Because anything I've researched on it, bedwetting is a blood sugar issue, so that's immediately where I would go. There's the sweeties and the plant-derived minerals is what I would have told you. It sounds like you're doing everything I would have told you to do. How many was he taking?
They told me to do 2 at bedtime, and I did, and it didn't seem to help a lot, so I took him off, so we realized it made a huge difference in just his behavior, and he was a lot calmer. So I was doing 4 throughout the day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. Seems to be about as stable.
That is interesting.
That's how
What I see, my automatic reaction on something like that would be to up the minerals, right? I mean, first of all, get that kid eating lots of eggs. I would get him eating lots of cholesterol for that muscle, okay, to hold it in.
Okay.
Lots of eggs, soft boiled or soft scrambled. Like if he can eat about 6 a day, 5 or 6 a day, that'd be great. And also the OsteoFX, how much of that is he getting?
He doesn't like the OsteoFX, so we have been doing the Cal Toddy.
Okay, that's actually even better. The magnesium is higher in that.
And so I was just doing that for weight, and we've been doing that for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, see if you can get just a little bit more in them and try what I said with the extra protein and cholesterol. That's what I would do. And I believe that will change things. If not, call back when Dr. Glidden is on. Okay?
Okay.
And just keep in touch with us. But yeah, that's what I would think. Try and is he taking selenium?
He is not taking selenium.
Okay. Try getting a lot of eggs into him.
Okay.
Every day. It might be tough because it's hard to eat a lot of eggs every day, but that might make the difference right there.
Okay, so do you want me to give him selenium? And you mentioned minerals.
Yep. Couple selenium a day. Renee, we're going to let you go. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden back after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We are live. Now, a little while ago, I was talking to this lady, Mary in Oregon, and I asked her to put together a list of things that she had gotten over health-wise since she started Youngevity. And after we talk with Mary in Oregon, we're going to be talking to Dr. Shane Harada. He's with Dr. Wallach right now. They're going to be having him speak in their hometown. And then we're going to get to the rest of the calls after that. Mary, how you doing?
Hi there.
Hi there. Did you put a list together for me?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, let's hear it. So since you started Youngevity, these are the things that the benefits that Mary in Oregon has gotten from Youngevity. Go, Mary.
These are the things that have healed. I'm still in the process of healing one thing. I have no headaches, period, for like 8 years. And, I would think...
Forgot what it's like.
Yeah. I would think people would want that, if nothing else.
Okay, next.
I have a left foot tendon that is relaxing. You could tell that it was tense because it was making my toe go a different way, but it's relaxing now. When I was a child, I had no energy. The way I like to put it is the commander said he was writing a book, and the name of the commander's book was I Can't Breathe, I Can't Think, I Can't Play. And that's what I was like as a child. Now I can breathe, now I can think, and now I can play.
I bet you play hard.
I do. I'm Irish.
So let's go back to the headaches. Were you prone to getting them all the time?
I was just like a normal person, but is there anybody on this earth that wants a headache?
No, I don't. You couldn't pay me to have one.
Exactly.
You know what, Mary, come to think of it, now that you bring this up, this is interesting because I haven't had a headache in about 3 years since I started as well. And you know what? You saying that made me start thinking about it, and you're absolutely right. You don't get headaches.
Yeah, like I said, I would think that'd be worth it to anybody, just that alone.
Yeah, absolutely. So what else is on your list, Mary?
Well, I had receding gums, and they're returning to the way we were born to be.
I've seen that in other people as well, yeah.
All my life, I was always hungry no matter how much I ate, and now I am in control. I can eat at mealtime, and that's it.
That's great.
Weight gain never happens. Never happens. It is true. Once you're fully nutriated, you never gain weight again.
Yep, and I'm fond of saying it, but, you know, myself here, Mike Phillip, as a longevity distributor, I make women beautiful. Because when you get a woman that's been malnourished her whole life, when they get the Mighty 90 in them, they just slim right out, and their hair is beautiful, and if they have any blemishes on their face, that goes away after time. And yeah, it's just great. So, what else have we got, Mary?
Well, we got quite a bit more, but if you have lots of guests, I'll just call back another day. I don't
know
care.
what? Yeah, I am going to take some of these other calls here. I've got Dr. Shane Harada coming right up after you here. But you know what? We really appreciate you, Mary, calling in with this stuff. These calls are important because there's a lot of people out there on the fence of whether or not to try this, and they're wondering, is this thing real? I'm hearing all these people saying this stuff. No, yeah, it's real. Asthma, allergies, high blood pressure, bone and joint pain, those are the things that have left my house. So, you know, listen to Mary in Oregon. She knows what she's talking. Hey, Mary.
Yeah.
We got wars to win.
We do. I'm doing a wine walk tonight, so I'll be spreading the word tonight.
Yeah, that sounds great. You keep up the good work, Mary, and we're going to jump over to Dr. Shane Harada. How you doing, Doc?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So you're with the immortal, the legendary Dr. Joel Wallach.
He's been on a call, another radio show that he does as well. So we're taking a little break on the road trip, but we'll be back on the road in about another 20 or 30 minutes. So, yes. But I'm with him today. He is an amazing individual, no doubt.
Isn't he something else? And he's actually pretty entertaining. He's not a total stuffed shirt either.
I tell you, I call him the squawk box today.
Yeah, but whatever he's got to say is so pertinent that you want to listen up. Like it's a rare thing to meet an individual that's accomplished as much as he has. Like, I don't just idolize people because they look good on TV or they can, you know, throw a football or whatever. But this guy's, it's his work. His work changed my life so dramatically before I ever even met him. Now, you guys have him speaking in Clarkston, Washington. Is that correct?
Yes, that's Lewiston, Idaho, and Clarkston, Washington. They're only separated. The state line is the Snake River, which separates the two cities as well. But technically, they're joined. Clarkston is Lewiston, and Lewiston is Clarkston.
Okay, great. And that's at 7 o'clock tonight. Registration at 6, what I'm seeing here?
That is correct. Doors open at 6, and we're expecting a good crowd. So be there a little early.
Yeah. That's at the Quality Inn, 700 Port Drive.
Correct. For those familiar with the Clarkston area, that's by the Walmart. By the Walmart there in Clarkston. So head over there, and the Quality Inn is right behind the Walmart over there.
You got a phone number you want to give out if anybody wants information and an email address or something?
For today, let me give you my cell phone number, and people can, reach me here, my cell number. And that number is 208-553-6451.
Give it one more time in case somebody was reaching for a pen.
Perfect. The area code is 208-553-6451, and you can text me as well at this number.
Excellent. So, Dr. Harada, what kind of things have you and your family seen since you got involved with longevity, health-wise?
Well, I'll tell you, our story is a little bit unique because we have a son that has cerebral palsy. He is now 17 years old, just turned 17. For the last 2 years now, he has been completely and totally medication-free because of Dr. Wallach's products and formulations. Now, give you a little background on that. I am a retired chiropractor, and nutrition, acupuncture, and chiropractic were the three legs of my chiropractic practice.
So you're a real doctor?
Yes. Graduated Logan College 2003.
Right on.
And fabulous, fabulous opportunity there. And being involved in nutrition, I've been involved in nutrition for 20 years. And so I've known about many medicinal herbs and, vitamins and minerals and the importance thereof and so forth. However, I was never able to come across a line of products that were so easy to use, so easy to take, tasted so good, and had such marvelous, absolutely astounding results to help my son get totally medication-free. I've seen other individuals do it. I've seen arthritis, bone-on-bone arthritis, confirmed on X-ray, reverse. The medical doctors will tell you it's not happening. They are wrong.
Absolutely. You know what? And that is the very thing that got me going with this. We had so many problems in our family, people with IBS or arthritis or asthma or allergies. And same thing, like I've got a beautiful little wife. She was young and she's real ambitious. She's the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in the city we live in. And she got doing that as a 3-month temp. She worked her way up. But she was at the point where she could hardly even move, and she would cry herself to sleep every night. And I took her to rheumatologists, doctors, pain specialists all over this province with our vaunted free healthcare system, and we were just like a hamster in a wheel running real fast and getting nowhere. And I was getting angry because they would have the audacity to accuse my wife of lying to get drugs, like she was a drug addict and lying about joint pain. But I guess when you suck at your job, you've got to blame somebody else for your lack of results. Am I correct?
Well, that's the way the medical model works.
Yeah, it does, and it's the same thing in Canada as the United States. And let me tell you something else. If somebody tells you we have free health care in Canada, they are lying or ignorant, one of the two, because it shows up in everything. I mean, that money's got to come from somewhere, and you guys are going to experience it with Obamacare. We'll see what happens there, but very interesting stuff. So let's hope you get a real good turnout, and I hope that you're able to help out your community and more people. Dr. Harada, is there anything you'd like to say for the radio audience before you go?
Well, thank you so much for having me here today, Mike. I love the crusade, Dr. Wallach's mission, the whole statement. It is just so humbling to be part of such a wonderful group of individuals that are truly changing the lives of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and now reaching into the millions of individuals. Doc says we're in 50 countries now, so let's go on a vacation to 50 countries and share this with the world.
Absolutely. I couldn't have put it better myself. You know, I'm kind of working on a little deal to open up the country of Kenya to longevity. We'll see how that goes. I actually have a new friend who's best friends with the vice president of the country. So they're talking right now, and I'm going to see what I can do. But you know what? It's a matter of, if anybody out there listens to Alex Jones, he's always saying you got to get on the field and do something. And you don't know what you can do until, Alex says it like, you got to get on the field and do something. Right? And you don't know what you can do until you put yourself out there and stick your neck out. And since I started doing that, the lives of my family, my mom, my aunts, my sister, My sons, everything has gotten exponentially better, and not only that, but the finances also come with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are lots of videos on YouTube that can be utilized to help share the message. There are obviously CDs, books, radio shows. This company and this crusade has so many resources. There's Facebook groups, there's, goodness gracious, all kinds of information. It's just a matter of getting committed and starting to put it out there and get it done.
Absolutely. Did you punch Dr. Wallach in the arm for me and say, hey?
I will do that when we get back together after his radio show.
All right, careful. He looks like he's pretty wiry.
Amazing. We love it.
He might hit you back. All right, Dr. Harada, you take care, and I hope you guys get a great turnout tonight. Thanks for coming on the show.
God bless everyone. Thank you so much.
God bless you. All right, Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. I hear the music, and after this break, we're going to get to Hattie in Chicago, Lonnie in West Virginia, Jordan in Texas. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We're live. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We got a short segment, but we've got calls to get to here, and if I don't get to you right away, please hang on the line and just listen to the show. We're going to go over to Lonnie in West Virginia. How you doing, Lonnie?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You hung on for a long time there, and I feel bad when I make people wait, but I got a pile of material I got to get through. What exactly is on your mind today, and how can I help you out there, Lonnie?
Well, the doctors around here tell me I got a problem called IBS.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Yep. And I've been on their medication for a number of years now, but I really doubt that's what I have.
Okay. So you have trouble holding it in?
Sometimes it's going both directions. They've got me on Bentyl and Prilosec. I got 30 mgs of Bentyl and 20 mgs of Prilosec every day. And when I go through my serious problems, it doesn't seem like it does any bit of good to help. The only thing I ever feel is the Bentyl keeps me from, at night, my muscles wanting to tense up.
Okay. Here's what I would do if I was you, Lonnie. I would get on. How much do you weigh, sir?
About 240.
240? Okay, so actually, very first of all, you eliminate gluten from your diet.
I don't really eat any. About a year ago, I found out my headaches were coming from yeast, so I stopped eating bread and things like bread.
Yep.
And that helped me out quite considerably getting away from that.
Good. Now, for your other thing you've got going on here, there's a list of 10 foods that a person should never eat. Are you aware of that? Have you listened to this show before?
No, I haven't, but they sent me a package that I think has that in it.
Okay, yeah. Study that 10 bad food list, and that'll go a long way to helping out your digestive system and any issues you have going on there. Now, as far as to fix things up, what I would do if I was you is I would be using 2 healthy digestion packs. That's 2 healthy digestion packs. And the things in there, it's basically a healthy start pack with digestive enzymes and gut flora. Okay, Flora FX is what the product is called. And that'll go a long way to healing up your digestive system, and that's where your health begins, actually. And here's the other thing about it. There's nothing in that pack that's going to actually interfere with a drug. The only thing that could possibly happen is the drug could start working better because your body is working better. Okay? So I'm not sure what you've got either, but what I do know is that, when I saw the call here on the Comrex that said IBS problems, right? Well, I've known people that if they even touch gluten, if it's around them, they get that specific problem. So, you know, if you're not eating bread and stuff, that's great, but you're going to have to eliminate other things as well and watch for cross-contamination. Just get it right out of your house and out of your family, not even just you. But I would go with 2 healthy digestive packs per month and see if things turn around. Now, you want to get off them drugs, right? I can't tell you don't listen to your doctor. I can't legally do that. What I can do is direct you in the right direction. What I would do is talk to your pharmacist, and once you get feeling better, tell him you want to get off the drugs and see what you have to do, because some of them you can't just quit cold turkey. You got to wean yourself off. And your pharmacist will know the best way to do that. So do you know how to get your hands on these products? And how did you hear about the show from a longevity distributor in your area?
No, I heard one from over in Seattle. I grew up in Seattle area, and she's over in Yakima area, and she called me from over there.
Okay, you call her back and tell her what I told you, and she'll help you out.
All righty. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, Lonnie. We're going to let you go. Daniel in Mexico and Jordan in Texas, hang on. We'll be back after this hard break.